Hey guys, it's Bang from PC Gaming here. I'm just about to get into some ARK Survival Evolved. Game has been fully released now, so it's time to have a quick look back and see how the game's performing. So I've been playing on a player versus environment server. So these are the settings I'm using: 3440 by 1440, and I've opted to use the high preset. This game is still very demanding and still has a few bugs here and there. It is a smoother experience than when I first started playing. But I would still say it's a bit subpar to what a game launched in 2017 should be really at. So it does look like a very nice game. I've been enjoying this so far. Even though the performance isn't where it should be, it still is a very fun game. So I want to start off by showing you my base. I've got a full concrete stone wall, all protected, and huge gates so I can walk in with big dinosaurs as well. I'm going to walk around just what I've built so far. So starting off is I've got this little shack where I keep my dodos, and they generally lay eggs for me. Still got one egg here that I need to pick up, and they got a few levels. I need to level them up, but I'll do that later. So yeah, they make eggs, and these eggs can be used to make other stuff to actually capture other animals like kibble, and just make a better feedings for other dinosaurs, so it's a lot easier for them to be tamed. This is my pteranodon called Xena. She is a female pteranodon, level 34. Still training her up. Need to get her weight up so she can carry me and a lot of cargo. She's quite weak at the moment. So this is my main base. It's all made of stone for the most part. Go inside. I've got a few storage huts here. May put in another door just in case I need to keep other people out that I don't want. So I've got this guy. When I first started playing, he was like, I think he's an administrator. He invited me to a, what's it called? A tribe. I didn't really know what tribes were. So now I've got this guy who just runs around opening everything, taking stuff that really doesn't belong to him, but that's just my fault. I didn't really understand what tribes meant at the start. So he sleeps here every now and then. So yeah, I've made a few tables and chairs, got a few storage cabinets for my stuff, and upstairs I've got a little trapdoor and ladder. This takes you up to where I do all of my building. So this is my smith's bench. I build weapons here, and I do eat up here as well if I do decide to cook, because sometimes it does take a long time. In here is my hut where I keep my mortar and pester. So this is when I make gunpowder and things like narcotics to keep animals asleep, or tranquilizer darts. Here's where my forge is. So this is where I do my metal, and I just got a few storage compartments here as well. So nice open roof for ventilation as well. So I thought about the design pretty well. I've even put fences up so I don't fall off. All looks very nice and all very secure. So I want to show you my watchtower slash treehouse kind of thing. So here you go up these very big steps, and then you open up another trapdoor. Up here is where I've got windows, so if I do have to fight a very large carnivore, I will be able to use my crossbow from here, and I'll be quite safe, because it would have to get through my stone walls, and that will take a while. And the idea is I can shoot from any angle, because I've got windows from every angle. So also come out here onto the balcony if I need a better view. And I've also got torches here as well, so when I do fly out into the night, these act as beacons, and I can easily locate my base. So that's just me really taking you through my design of my base so far. I'm always improving it. I just want to show you a few things more actually before I start going around doing what I usually do. Let me just close the door back. So you can also grow crops here as well. So right now I'm growing some crops. So this is all irrigated, so I've actually done all the plumbing, so my water source is coming from the ocean. That's why it's very good to build your base near water, and makes it a lot easier for you. So I'm growing some crops here, and actually producing some fertilizer. This is my fertilizer compost bin. In here, basically you put all of the solid excretion from your animals or yourself, you store them, put them with thatch. About 50 hours, you'll get yourself a whole bag of compost, which you can fertilizer, sorry, which you can use to fertilize plants. As you can see, these two patches are fertilized, and these are growing quite nicely. So there's quite a lot of depth to the game. I have to applaud the developers. You can do quite a lot in terms of just making a comfortable lifestyle for your characters and your tribe. So I'm just going to fly around, just do what I usually do in a typical day. What I'm doing right at the moment is I'm actually trying to gather resources so I can tranquilize a raptor. I do want to capture a raptor. I'll show you where it is. It should be around this area. Hopefully no one's killed it. Just going to fly up to the top. So performance is a lot more stable than it was before. It's still pretty bad. You will drop down into the low 40s, even with an overclocked GTX 1080 Ti that I'm using right now. But what I would say is they seem to have sorted out the memory leak. So at the moment I'm only using around 10 gigabytes, and it doesn't really get too much higher than that. Before it would go up to 16, even 18, depending on what settings you're using. So it would be interesting to see how far it goes if I was to use the Epic preset. So yeah, around here there is a raptor somewhere. I did see one. What I want to do is capture it and put a saddle on it. Let me just land to get some energy back, because my Pteranodon's getting a little tired to catch its breath. So I don't see it here, but the raptor is one of my favourite dinosaurs. I do intend to catch one for myself. There's also a Triceratops there. They're pretty good for just farming loads of berries, and they're pretty good at defending against large carnivores as well, because they've got the pushback ability. So there's that as well. So this game is huge. I'll just quickly show you the map here. So you can obviously do a bit of orienteering. You can explore, mark the map. They have put in a waypoint this time. Before the game was complete, you basically had to look at your surroundings and kind of guess where you were, but they've made it a little bit easier for you now. So I pretty much learnt the game in single player, and now I'm playing multiplayer. Only the player versus environment server. I'm not really interested in doing player versus player yet, because I heard it's not a great place for newbies, and you pretty much get preyed upon. So I'm just trying to build up some experience. So there is a bit of lag depending on your server. This game's obviously very, very popular, so I'm on a European server, and through peak hours it's ridiculous to try and get on. So there's only a limited amount of spaces. 70 is the maximum allowed on one server, and you'll be pretty much be refreshing that server just to try and jump into waiting for a space, because it's very, very queued up. So she's a little bit hungry at the moment, so I do need to feed her. Let me just see what I've got on me. So I've got 14 bits of raw fish. You can see her food's here, maximum of 2041.6. I'm just going to feed her all the raw fish I have, but I will need to do a bit more fishing. So I'm going to land and just try and get her some more fish, and make sure she's not following me as well, because it's a pain in the ass when she follows you everywhere. So in the water now, performance has dropped down to around 40. So again, if you're going to play ultra wide, you're going to need some PC. This game does support multiple GPUs. SLI does work, but it's not the best. You'll get around 15 to 10 frames per second boost from what I last saw. Maybe drivers have improved, but from what I last saw, the SLI performance wasn't great. But 60 frames per second, even on high, is not a possibility, unfortunately. Oh, this one's fighting back. Okay, so I got about 18 pieces of raw fish. I want to leave it there, and let's do a little bit more exploring. Just little thief just took. I'm gonna go into the air just in case it comes back. There's this little dinosaur that runs around stealing things from you. It took some of my own cooked fish, so I'm gonna fly back, and because my character is almost hungry, I'm gonna cook some of the fish that I've just caught for myself, and I'll give some to Xena as well. So it's a quick look at ARK at this time. It is performing pretty stable at the very least, but performance wise it's still pretty terrible, if I'm honest. So I'm going to take 8 for myself, and I'll let her eat the other 10. I'm going to let my dodo birds out as well. Pick these up, because I need to level them up as well. So I'm going to level them up. But yeah, it's a very, very fun game, very, very appealing. Just going to cook myself some meat. What I do intend to do is make some really good defensives, maybe some spike walls, and maybe a turret as well. So much that I've got planned, but looking around, there's not a lot of creativity. I've definitely got one of the better looking bases. People do quite basic stuff, just you know, 4 walls, and this guy's been pretty creative. He's done quite a lot. Let me just have a quick look at that actually. So this person's done a separate little base for their forging. Then they've obviously set themselves up a little place to grow their crops as well. And he's done a base, and he's also done an extra level as well where you can go up. So he's probably the most creative from where I live. But definitely I've got one of the best looking bases around. So yeah, that is a look at ARK Survival Evolved. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.